Good morning and welcome to Coffee and, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocketradio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee and panel.
We'll do that. It is Coffee and time on WOON AM and FM, Monday morning, November the 10th. Thanks for joining us. I'm Joe Callahan. That's Dave Richards right over there. Good morning to you there, Dave.
Hi there. Yes, hi everyone. Good morning, everybody. Lovely day.
And former mayor of the town of Cumberland, Bill Murray, is with us.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Nice to have you here with us.
I use that
term loosely. Well, and we expected John Chan to be joining us, but John's not feeling well, and that's too bad. So
John can't make it.
We'll see if we can reschedule John for a later date. And before we get into other things going on, just a little housekeeping duties. We want to remind everyone that the City Woonsocket Veterans Day observance will be tomorrow, Tuesday, November 11th.
That's why I will be on the show.
That's right, at the Veterans Day observance at 11 a.m. It'll take place at United Veterans Council Armed Forces Park on Davison Avenue. The public is completely invited to come on down and enjoy the ceremonies. ON Radio will broadcast the event live, as been doing over the last 15 years, Dave? More than that?
What?
The Veterans Day observance?
Since
forever?
Let's see, 99?
Well, that goes back even further. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. That'll take place tomorrow.
Maybe 98,
yep.
But I think 99.
They say they'll move it inside if there's inclement weather, but things look okay for tomorrow.
Well, that's just on the TV. We did it on radio before that.
Yeah, right.
Because there used to be a parade that went right by the radio station.
That's all right. So that'll take place tomorrow.
That in 90.
At 11. All right. Now.
And on the very first day the station broadcast, on that day, the program log indicates that the Veterans Day Memorial Parade went down Main Street in Woonsocket, and they took a microphone and a long extension cord and leaned out the window of the shoe store that was on the front of the third floor of the building and broadcast a description of the parade as it went by on the very first day of broadcasting, November 11th, 1946.
Wow.
So, yeah, we got a history.
I guess so.
All right. Hey, Bill, how about those Patriots?
Well, I had to tape it because I had a couple of hockey games that I had to watch for my granddaughters, and I didn't see it until 7 o'clock, and I got through the whole day without knowing what the score. I just I refused to look at my phone. If somebody started to say something, I walked away. No. Yeah. But anyway, I couldn't believe it, and because I didn't expect it. Like everybody, Tampa's a good, solid club, and it's about time that the bubble kind of would burst a little bit, and it was unbelievable, and the way they did it, with Henderson running for 2 long touchdowns.
Wasn't it funny at the end where he's running into the end zone and he's pointing over the coach? You want me in, out? Wish I fall down.
That was a good play because he had nobody near him.
Yeah.
And he was trying to say, should I waste more time?
More time? I can keep running along the line here.
And look at what happened.
Yeah.
They still came back and,
a little bit
and almost beat them. But yeah, that was quite. They're for real. Their defense is outstanding.
And when the national broadcast is on, and CBS put their top team, Jim Nance and Tony Romo. Yep. That's how you. And even they were saying, "Hey, the rest of the NFL, we're not kidding.
No, they're for
the
real.
Patriots are for real this year. So, keep an eye out on these guys." I'm like, "Oh, well, all right." And then Buffalo lost.
That was a surprise.
Shocking.
That didn't hurt.
Not by a
touchdown.
No,
that does not hurt. Oh, yeah. I mean, Miami ran right over them.
Yep.
Which is so odd because Buffalo beat Kansas City.
That's right.
Last week. I'm like, how could you come back? How could you beat one of the better teams in the league and then get blown out by one of the worst teams in the league? I said, wow. Yeah, so they got to be reeling up there in Buffalo. So, and this coming week, Thursday night, the Patriots play the Jets in Foxborough.
Yeah.
Jets won yesterday.
And the Jets won. That's 2 games in a row for those guys.
I'd watch out.
And yes, you cannot take them lightly.
No.
And now what's great, though, is the Bills play Tampa Bay next week.
Oh, no kidding.
And look for Tampa Bay to come back strong on this loss to the Patriots. But I think that game's...
I read something late last night. Mayfield went crazy.
Oh, I bet.
About his offense. And,
not getting open.
He
not happy with him, huh?
No, not happy at all. But,
good.
But the Patriots is, he's got them playing as a team, and there was a couple of good points made in that broadcast, that he's such a detailed guy, Rabel, that you could see it on these teams now. Because if you remember, they marched down the field on the first possession.
That seems to happen every game.
Yeah, right. And I said, "Oh my God,
yeah, here we go.
Yeah, and they.
But they use that as a teaching moment. Okay,
probably.
We've seen everything they've got.
Yep.
Now we know how to tweak the defense to make them better.
Right.
And Josh McDaniel, you're just going to take care of the offense and do what Drake May does best. Okay, and off we go.
Yeah. Last year's coaches looked like they were just stone-faced
Yeah,
during the
what
game.
do we do?
Yeah. No, what's next?
And we still played without a couple of good players yesterday.
Yep.
Ramondre Stevenson didn't play, and
Booty
Booty wasn't in the game at all. It's like,
Well, I'm glad Stevenson wasn't in because Henderson got more.
he got more runs.
He's got
That's right.
speed. He's
and
got speed though.
And the wide receiver, the rookie, that scored the long touchdown pass. I can't remember his name, but he's got speed as well.
Oh yeah.
So things are
Williams.
Yeah. So things are looking good. There's 8-2.
Yep.
There's only a few other teams that are 8-2 around the league. I think the Broncos are one. The Colts are another. And Dave, we got to get a hold of our friend Mike.
Which Mike?
He runs the RAB. I think it's the
Mike
RAB.
Colby.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just a person we know that lives out in Indianapolis.
He runs the radio advertising board. Used to be just a radio guy like us.
He's
now
very
he's
high
a big
up.
shot.
He's very high up in Washington now.
Oh.
But he's a huge Colts fan, and
Oh boy.
and so
They got
I
a
used
good
to
They got a good club.
I used to see him once a year, and he was just and he'd see me back when the Patriots in that glory days, and he would just shake his head.
Yeah.
You know, how do we beat you guys?
Yeah.
But the one thing about Mike, I don't know if I ever told you this, Dave. I was the one that told him he was in Rhode Island for whatever reason. I forget why. But I was the one that told him how you have to say Pawtucket like a Rhode Islander.
Oh, is that? Oh,
yeah.
Because he was like, Pawtucket. It's like, no, that's not how you say it.
No, that's it.
All right, moving on to other things. So we had a traffic stop in Woonsocket over the weekend. And when you leave the cocaine out on the console of the car in the door panel, you're going to get arrested.
No.
And that's what this happened. They were on Holder Lane. They were pulling them over for a seatbelt violation. Something simple.
I saw
You're
that,
not wearing your seatbelt. Oh, you're gonna get a ticket for that. Well, what? That now the crack cocaine's in the door panel. So now we get to search the vehicle more. And the search the vehicle turned up more than. Okay, we get 2 ounces of fentanyl. We got bottles of unknown pills. Who knows what that could be? And $900 in cash and a gun, and a loaded gun.
Yeah.
So. 35-year-old David Kennedy, 50-year-old Malda Tykes, each face multiple charges. But I heard he has spent time in prison.
Federal
prison. Yeah.
According to the news.
So I'm like, geez, this is not good. You should at least put it in the glove compartment. I mean,
well,
why do you have it out
when they say the
invisible?
panel, was it hidden in the panel or was it?
Just says visible in the door panel.
Visible. Well, that's different than hidden.
It's not hidden.
A lot of them
hidden.
have those hidden compartments.
It can't be
Yes.
hidden. They wouldn't have had PC to get in
That's
into
right.
the
They
car.
would have. They would have had to, right? They'd have to have a court order to get in.
Well, yeah, they would have to have a search warrant.
So visible.
But if it's out
you're
and I
right.
see it-
Exactly. But how's it out? Unless they never put the panel back. In other words, it was in the door and
maybe
the panel.
not. Maybe they lost the
I'm just-
panel.
Yeah.
No, okay.
Well, they're not smart. Well, of course they're not smart. We know that.
Well,
But,
look what
yeah,
they're
that's
doing.
why they're
Yeah.
in the position they're in.
All right. Down in Pawtucket over the weekend, police responded to a swatting incident. You know what swatting is, Bill?
No.
That's when you call the police or the fire
Yep.
and say there's an event going on, a robbery or there's a fire, and we need you down here. But really nothing's going on. And people do this, and they time the response, is basically what
What's the
it
purpose?
is. Just to see how fast they'll do it. They'll arrive.
Yeah.
Just do it for fun.
So are they after? Oh, it's not like they're after the
they're
police.
doing it for fun.
They're not there to do anything to the police. They're just there to say, we just want to see your response. Who
crazy.
comes and how fast will you come?
That's crazy.
It is,
It's-
but it's a real thing, and they have a name for it, and it's called swatting.
I've heard it, but I didn't know
Yeah.
what it was.
It happened early Friday morning
Yeah.
on Sabin Street. Police say they received a call of a domestic violence incident at the house. Several officers, police cruisers could be seen outside the home shortly after the call, and then they announced the call was fake. Nothing was going on.
I could understand it if it was like they're mad at the police, and
But
they
they're not.
want to
Yeah.
publicize the
Yeah.
fact that it took them 20 minutes on a call. That's what I would look
Yeah.
at.
They
I'll
don't
have
even-
to ask him. I'm having lunch with Mayor Grebian on Tuesday. I'll have to ask him what's going on down there.
He should know. He should know about it.
Oh, he'll know it.
Yeah,
He'll know it.
because it'll be passed often. But it happens in a lot of communities. It's just,
Yeah.
but they don't.
I've heard the name, but I didn't really
Yeah.
know what it was.
But what you got to look out for is, the police know about this, fire people know about it. So when they show up, usually a crowd forms to say, "Oh, see what's going on." The police are looking at you.
Right.
At least one is, to see if do we see the same face
At each
show
one,
up at
that's
each
right.
one, and then they will
Well, they've done
come
that
after you.
on fire issues.
Yes, on fire.
They've done that a lot when there's a bad fire.
Yeah.
I remember our fire department in Cumberland, and they always have one person who kind of sees if there's any individuals that they see at every fire, because that gives them an indication. Because some of these guys that
They like to see it burn.
yeah, they light the fires.
Yeah.
And but what people don't understand, and I had it when I was the mayor, was that the police are basically short-handed. I mean, we don't,
Oh, yeah.
we didn't have. I think at the time,
Same in Woonsocket.
I want to say, I had that conversation with Chief Oates. They're all under.
short-handed.
We had 38, and everybody wanted us to have 45, but it's a budget thing.
Mm-hmm.
My point being is, you've got cars out there that have specific duties that they have to do. So if you call something like the swatting,
Mm-hmm.
you've taken that car off the street, basically, or two cars, depending on what they think has happened. Say you called and said, "We think there was a gun in the house" or something. Well, not one car. There's going to be two or three go there. What about the rest of the town? Those cars
Oh, yeah.
are off the street. We don't have like New York City, or where they, bring in 3 or 4 units, and then they have 20 units backed up. We don't have that.
No.
Woonsocket does it, and Cumberland. Nnone of these towns have it.
Oh yeah, it's
so
a real
that
drain
would be
on
a
the
point.
resources
Yeah, right.
When this takes place. So speaking of fires, I don't know if you saw it out at UMass Amherst.
Yes.
Huge
Right.
fire.
Yeah.
Over 200 residents displaced by a fire that tore through a housing complex. The blaze started Friday night. It was still burning all day Saturday.
Yeah.
Wow. Amherst officials declared a state of emergency because of the drain on city water resources, and that order was rescinded last night, so that's good. No injuries were reported. Officials say over 230 residents are displaced by the fire. Mostly are UMass Amherst students.
Yep.
Cause of the fire under investigation.
They
So
had
that was big.
they had a news clip of a young man standing there pointing to the fire,
Yep.
and he said, "Everything I own
Is in that room."
fire." He's a student.
Yeah.
It's awful, and it didn't start in that building, by the way.
No.
It started in a construction site next to it,
Next door.
and
Wow.
it was explosion. So something was in that, and it spread.
But I can
So,
see as a student, everything's on your laptop basically.
Yep,
Your books, your papers,
Yep.
all your study material.
yep.
It's all
Yeah,
going.
you take your hats off. The university is helping them all out.
Yeah.
Tremendous.
All right, we're going to take our first break here on the Coffee and program. More coming your way. Comments and questions can be called in 766-1240.
OM 1240. Before you head out of town for your holiday shopping, we'd like to ask you to give it a second thought. Here's why. Giving your business to out-of-town stores is like buying books for someone else's library, hiring teachers for someone else's school, or acquiring life-saving equipment for someone else's hospital. But when you spend those same dollars with hometown merchants, you're helping to provide valuable resources for your community and your family. So as you plan your holiday shopping, please consider what's at stake and put your dollars to work here at home.
One of our great hometown merchants is Park Square Florist, 1300 Park Avenue, Woonsocket.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more, 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
The Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee Roasters. All their coffee is roasted right here in Rhode Island. Down East Coffee Roasters is available at all Little General stores.
ON Radio.
It's Coffee and on ON. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan here with Dave Richards and Bill Murray's here as well.
Bulletin.
Oh, this just in. This just in. Yes.
One of our favorite Marines has reminded me, of course, you know, if he was still on duty, he would have been up at 5:30 when I was mentioning this earlier in the show. He missed the whole thing. I played Semper Fidelis and everything for the U.S. Marine Corps' 250th birthday. And what do you know? He just woke up and dawn broke on Jarhead. And so Richard Severia says, remind everybody it's the birthday of the U.S. Marines. Actually, it isn't the birthday of the U.S. Marines. It's the birthday of the Continental Marines, 1775.
Yeah, but this is when they celebrated, so.
Right. Well, it became the U.S. Marine Corps in 1798 after the conflict was over and we'd won our independence. They had made such a contribution as the Continental Marines, a loosely put together group at first, but they snapped them into shape and they were squared away by the time the real sincere fighting started in 1776. So that's the deal. Hoorah to all of our friends in the Marines. And he thinks I forgot, but I didn't.
Thanks
you
for
just
remembering.
didn't get up in time.
So it's his fault, right?
That's all right.
All right.
We love Richard. He's cool.
All right. Dave had the story this morning, Bill, and it looks like if they send out all the violations, the city of Newport is going to come into a ton of money.
Oh, gosh.
The speed and red light traffic cameras on Admiral Calbus Road.
Yes,
right when you-
Calbus.
Calbus. Thanks. Okay. Right when you come off the bridge.
Right.
That's where the speed and light cameras are. They've recorded more than 2,000 violations in a 2 month.
How many?
2,000 in a 2-month operation.
Holy
It was
God.
about 1,800 speeds.
We've got 260 people running the red light.
Oh, my.
Speeding
Yep.
violations.
Yep.
1,800 speed violations.
Right.
They're roaring off the bridge.
Take that to Providence. Providence is the same
Yeah.
thing. Everywhere you turn, and you got to really be careful.
Speeding violations are $50 a ticket, and running the red light is $100. So they could come into some real cash if it's up to the police to video everything or look at the video and send out the
Yeah, Chief
send
Oaks
out stuff.
explained that to us. No,
Yeah.
no tickets go out unless a member
they
of the
look at
staff
it.
actually takes a look and determines that the circumstances are
From the video?
accurate.
From the video.
Yeah, from the video. They start with the video, and a sworn police officer will take a look at all of that and make sure that each one is valid before they send out a violation notice.
You know, it's always been a
to make sure
controversy.
there wasn't any electronic
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
But it's always been a controversy when they started doing this because, again, when I was the mayor, so this is 2015 and 2019, they came to me and wanted to put cameras in Cumberland. I
Where?
wouldn't do it.
Where do they want them to
Different areas
Around the schools?
No, not necessarily. They just wanted. There's a couple of council people that wanted it. Well, they were following. They were, they were copycat.
Okay.
At that time, Pawtucket was looking at it. Providence had started.
Right.
And my thing was, and it's always been an argument, not that I'm right, is that it's a money grab. And, if I thought it would officially stop a lot of, because we had speeding problems that we had to deal with all the time. But even our police chief at the time didn't feel that was going to stop certain. I mean, you couldn't do it on every street, and
Well,
you're
no,
still
you got
going
to
to
pick
have
and
it.
choose.
But the problem is, if you look at it, it is a money grab when you're going through. Pawtucket's always been a hot spot for that.
I know. That's where I got my speeding ticket.
I know.
on a camera
Right.
going 35 and a 30
No, you.
on one of those cameras.
And that was
by
the
school.
reasons I had that I just thought it was a money grab. Right.
All right. So the longest government shutdown in U.S. history may be on the verge of coming to an end.
11 o'clock this morning, you'll hear.
In a 60-40 vote, it looks like it's going to win. But then, we got these stories. Sheldon Whitehouse is against it here in Rhode Island. Up in Massachusetts, Ed Markey's against it. What's her name? Elizabeth Warren's against it.
Presley's
against
locally.
it. Auchincloss is against it. Seth Moulton's against it. Bernie Sanders is against it.
Does that surprise you?
No. But how's it going to pass?
Well,
all these Democrats come out and say we're against it.
The only good Republican is one that's dead. That's the way they look at it. Very seriously.
All right, so we'll see, and it only funds
partisan. And I hope they all get nice letters and maybe a couple of bucks from the party chairman for coming out and doing all that for them.
But it only funds the government through the end of January 30th.
Yeah.
So 2 more months, 2.5 more months.
2 months.
And then
you got to
get this all over again.
You got to get it open.
Well, we got.
I mean, that's what I don't understand. Why are you hurting so many people?
Yeah.
Without paychecks and this and that, you could argue
It's
this.
called spite.
You could argue this till the cows come home.
Yeah.
That CR was passed before with no problems, and it all goes back to Schumer. Is that Schumer's is worried about being challenged, and he's trying to make a stand because he took such a beating the last time. So
He should retire.
Absolutely, there's a whole bunch of them.
Just take the Nancy Pelosi route.
Well, I think that's a good one. You get him.
But he won't. But anyway.
No.
Just looking at what Sheldon Whitehouse is quoted as saying, the shutdowns put all the Democrats seem to vote no, and then they blame Trump for shutting the government down.
Yeah.
But you're the ones voting no.
You're the one that's that's been the
mantra.
Song, the song right along is they hate Trump so much. There's a lot of people that don't like Trump, but you got to see what he's doing.
White House says the president and his goons, that's in quotes. Who are his goons? We're happy to inflict maximal pain on people and our economy while throwing extravagant parties.
Yeah.
What extravagant parties?
Yeah, I don't.
And wasting enormous sums to turn the White House into a gaudy palace.
Oh, see, that's because of the ballroom.
The ballroom.
Yeah.
Does he realize that they're all going to use the ballroom afterwards?
Yeah, and does he realize that there's no taxpayers' money involved in that?
And I've some don't believe that.
Yeah, but that doesn't sell. Yeah, they don't believe it.
They don't believe it.
It doesn't matter. I mean, they've come out. They've had people out there that who's donated. He's got rich friends.
Oh, I know he's got
rich friends.
But if it was Joe Biden or Barack Obama that decided we need a ballroom,
no problem.
They'd be like,
no problem.
Excellent idea. Excellent. We really should.
Well, didn't Obama put a bowling alley in or something?
No, he put the basketball court.
Basketball.
Yeah. So, and I said, who paid for that?
Yeah, right.
And I think we paid
paid for
that one. So, and I haven't played there once.
No,
not once. But anyway,
I'm surprised at that they didn't invite you.
All right, let's see. Moving on to other things. What else did I want to bring up? Let's see. New president at Community College of Rhode Island. Rosemary Costigan has been the college's interim president for the past 2 years. It's a long time to be the interim president of college. Mm-hmm. She succeeded former Mayor Megan Hughes. Costigan is the college's 6th president in its history and the first alum to assume the position. Oh, that's nice. So, all right, well, good for her.
Is she appointment by the governor?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, it doesn't say. It just says Governor Dan McKee.
He's
going to make remarks at the thing. I've told.
Well, you have to understand. They did the nationwide search to avoid any kind.
Well, you have to, yeah.
And it's a big nation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you got to do.
So we liked what she's doing there. There's no rush. She's doing a good job. 2 years later, they say, all right, you can have the job.
Yeah,
it's a long time to wait, though.
That's how I got my first management job here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you just waited
by being the interim.
Yep, Steve Bianchi left. Dave, you take over what Steve was doing plus what you were doing. Okay, fine. And you do that for a while, and then they have the whole thing because I'm a white male, so they had to go out and find all kinds of other people to apply. And,
even back then?
Oh yeah, and
I'm surprised.
And then after it took 3 years, and then after that they had to apply to the FCC. They had to write all kinds of statements out and to show everyone that they interviewed for the job and what their ethnicity was, and they said, then we're going to give the job to him because there's no one else better qualified And so there. And then I got the job. Took 3 years.
Wow. Jeez.
And now, before 2 years ago, you didn't have to be qualified as long as you fit the
The description?
description. That's why I said, was it a while back? Because that's
Hey,
something, you know.
And I'm glad that they looked. I'm glad, and thank God that they taught me how to obey the rules as they were at the time.
Yeah,
and
right.
all the rest of that, so that I knew what had to be done. And they sincerely did look.
Mm-hmm.
And then after it was done, we still got sued for sex discrimination by a white female who was on the staff who wasn't capable of doing the job.
Right.
And we had to go through the trials and all the rest of that stuff, and it was proven that they weren't capable to do the job. But we still had to
Well,
go
you
through
had
the
to spend the
trials.
money.
Still had to go through the
Yeah,
trials. There's
yeah,
3
it-
trials for a radio station. There's the state, the federal government, and the FCC.
Wow.
It isn't the FCC is the government.
Well, the FCC is an agency of the government.
Oh,
They have to weigh in.
Oh, yeah. They're the last one in line.
Last one.
After the state and federal do it, then they examine it. Because now they're looking at your license and your fitness as a licensee.
All right. Well, we heard the story was it like 2 weeks ago, Bill, when the thing broke about the NBA players gambling.
Yep.
And like that. This is just the tip of the iceberg, I'm afraid, because now 2 Major League Baseball pitchers,
I just saw that. Ortiz and who was the other
Luis
one?
Ortiz.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Who is the other guy?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have his name. It just says
Yep.
because the story just says one of 2 Major League Baseball pitchers charged in a federal gambling case was arrested in Boston yesterday. Luis Ortiz of the Cleveland Guardians, accused of participating in a scheme where they would tip off gamblers on what pitches would be thrown in a certain situation. We're not even throwing the game. We're throwing pitches.
Well, that's a new betting, you know. Now
Well, yeah,
they,
you can
now
bet
they
on all
bet
that
on
The co-conspirators would place large bets on those pitches, then share the winnings with Ortiz. He's doing federal court in the city today. Now, Dave knows I did this working up with the Worcester Red Sox. I basically had 2 jobs up there in the same press box. One scored the game, but one took care of this other thing, which they were testing it, and they tested it for 2 years, where they want to bring legalized gambling to minor league baseball. And there is legalized gambling for Major League Baseball, but they were testing it on the minor league level to see if it could be done, and see if it could be done correctly. And when I was doing that part, the testing part, you know, they drilled into you is you had to have the right pitcher on the mound, you had to have the right batter up at all times. No excuses on that, because it can happen if you miss something. Usually not a pitching change, but if you like a pinch batter,
right.
you better keep watching the game is what they tell you to do to make sure you don't miss it. But then part of what I had to do is keep your eye on the pitcher, because every time the pitcher got ready and stepped on the rubber, on my keyboard I had to hit the letter T. It was called towing the rubber. Hit the letter T, and when you did that,
Towing the slab.
right? But when we had to pick a letter on the keyboard, so that's what they picked. And when I hit T, that meant, and this is what happens in Major League Baseball, when the guy hits
bets are off.
T, all bets are off. It's like all the horses are in the starting gates.
Oh,
So now you cannot.
I got you.
Now you
Okay.
cannot place any more bets.
Because he's already made.
He's
ready to
he's
go.
starting his
Yeah,
pitching
I got
motion,
you.
so everything's stopped. But before then, let's say let's say he throws a ball and it's a ball. Okay, bets are open. Now you can bet on what's this next pitch going to be: strike, ball, foul ball. Is the pitcher are they going to get a hit, double, single, triple, home run? You can make bets on all of that, and so that's what's happening here.
That's amazing.
I don't know how he's tipping it off, but he's tipping off. Okay, now I'm going to throw a ball.
He knows the sequence. That's
Oh
probably.
yeah. So he knows, and maybe he took his little time. Of course, there is the pitch clock, but he knows he can relay that. You got to watch when I get the bet in before I put my foot on the rubber.
Right.
And I don't know if he's flashing his glove or fingers or tipping his hat. I don't know. Okay, I'm throwing a ball next time, and he just throws it high or wide.
And
so,
somebody wins money.
and they I know a ball's coming. I'm going to bet $5,000 that the next pitch is a ball. Well, the odds, the odds could be astronomical on that. And now next thing you know, you've won.
Yeah.
And then he gets a payout on this thing on top of his $1 million contracts that he already has.
Yeah.
It's just
it's like the NBA. These
that's
guys
right.
were not underpaid,
No.
and they're still getting involved in it. And it wasn't just betting on games; they were
they're playing
running
poker.
poker games were very high stakes. It doesn't make sense. No,
And they were rigged.
Yeah,
Rigged
There's,
games, too.
I'd like to know when they go back to talk to some of their friends that they talked into going into these games. Now these people who lost probably thousands of dollars realize that they were rigging it. It's a terrible thing. I remember years ago as a big Yankee fan, as you know me, when I grew up in New York, we'd go with a whole bunch of guys to the Yankee Stadium, and we would make a bet. You know how the outfielder makes the catch at the end of the inning?
Yep.
And we'd have dollars, of course. Back then it was a few dollars, and we'd make a bet. Is he going to throw the ball into the? You know how they throw the ball into the stands?
Yeah.
And the money would flash. We'd do it the whole. It just kept us occupied. But so there was always gambling going on somehow, somewhere.
You could probably bet on that too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No.
It's probably
You're
legal
good,
now.
but
In some
that was
places.
no. They do it.
Okay. All right, we're going to take another break here on Coffee and more coming up. And time for the weather forecast. It's going to rain, Dave, right?
You betcha.
It's going to rain. It's brought to us by
Not quarter of an inch.
Not tonight.
all brought to us by Compassion International.
An 80% chance of another quarter of an inch of rain today, mainly before dinner time. Steady temperatures all day of 53 degrees and light and variable winds. Tonight, it starts clearing, but still a chance of some rain overnight. Cloudy during the early evening, gradually clearing. In the wee hours, it'll get down to around 29 degrees tonight. Veterans Day Tuesday, mostly sunny skies, high of 41, but breezy from the west, up to 30 miles per hour. Wednesday, mostly cloudy and 47. Thursday, mostly sunny and 50. Friday, sunshine and 47. Saturday, sunshine and 45. And next Sunday, mostly sunny skies, high near 47 degrees.
Outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio, right here on Park Avenue, cloudy skies, light rain, and 53 degrees. Imagine a child in extreme poverty waiting over 365 days to be sponsored. End their wait today. Become a Compassion sponsor. Text radio to 83393.
When you visit the Menard Locature Funeral Home's website, you'll find a wealth of important information, including frequently asked questions about the various options of pre-planning funeral etiquette, visitation, personal help to help the family, and many others. Remember, pre-planning is safe and helpful to family members who may be overwhelmed with details and responsibilities. It also assures that the deceased's final wishes are met. Their website will also feature several photos of their two beautiful and classic funeral homes at 127 Carrington Avenue, Woonsocket, and 71 Central Street, Manville. You'll be treated with courtesy and understanding. Their main phone number is 762-1825. Menard Locature Funeral Homes.
Remote car starters are a great gift idea for Christmas this year. Inferno Audio offers top-tier remote car starters. Heat up your ride from inside your cozy home. No more freezing your fingers off, scraping ice off your windshield this winter. And when you need a new key for your car before heading to the dealer, stop in and see Keith at Inferno Audio, 160 Clinton Street, Woonsocket, for a better deal. Be sure to check out InfernoAudio.com.
ON Radio.
All right, Coffee Ann here on ON AM and FM. Thanks for joining us. I'm Joe Callahan here with Bill Murray, former mayor of the town of Cumberland, and Dave Richards is here as well. All right, things I don't understand, Bill. Ready?
Go ahead. Let's see if we can.
Governor in Massachusetts.
Right.
Governor Maura Healey. She's supporting the Attorney General of Massachusetts, Andrea Campbell, and her dispute with the state U.S. Attorney Leah Foley. Campbell says the U.S. Attorney's Office should ban ICE agents from wearing masks while making arrests. Why?
Well, they're going to do anything against, like we talked earlier, they're going to do anything against Trump
If it
that's possible. My question is, do they ban these protesters that wear masks?
no, because that's your First Amendment right.
Okay, so the ICE
That's
don't.
okay.
So the ICE don't have any First
They've
Amendment
got
right.
none. They've got none.
And what I'd like to know, having a brother who was very high up in the U.S. Marshal, he's no longer alive, but he was in the U.S. Marshal, and a lot of stuff that they did kind of piggybacks what's happening now. And I'd like to know how about all these ICE officials that they're following? You know, they get to know them. They go to their houses. It's a shame. It's just they're just doing their job.
When you call or when police call in,
Right.
we need the SWAT team
Right.
for whatever the incident is.
Right.
Guess who shows up wearing masks?
The SWAT team.
The SWAT team.
Absolutely.
What's the difference between ICE agents? And I understand why they're wearing masks. We
Yeah.
don't want to know who they are.
Yeah.
We don't want to show the bad guys.
Well, they've already
who
proven,
they are.
but they've already proven. It's not even the bad guys. It's already proven that the ones that are against this, and there's unfortunately many, are harassing and following, and all they're doing is their job. I mean, I've watched too many, and I'm a Democrat, and I just, I've been a long time Democrat, but I just don't understand it.
You want to weigh in on this, Dave, at all? On ICE agents wearing masks?
It gives the wrong look. That's for sure. It gives the wrong look.
That they're wearing masks?
Well, I'm not telling anybody their opinion is right or their opinion is wrong. And I'm listening to you two gentlemen talking this morning. You're just saying, well, they're just doing their job. But nobody wants a paramilitary law enforcement agency that seems to be really enjoying their job and not using any restraint. Nobody wants that. They don't want it in the police department, state police. They don't want it in an army or a navy. They want some sort of professional restraint in all of this. And that the ICE agency, in order to do their job, has been caught many times doing things without explaining what they're doing, without understanding what it looks like when they do it. And for better or worse, they work for the public, and the public has certain rights of expectation on the people that they pay to exercise government powers. And we get that. It's not an easy answer. There isn't any right or wrong to it. It's wrong to expose officers for ICE to personal harm, their families to personal harm by zealots who are just out to make a name for themselves. That's wrong. It's also wrong to snatch a kid, to hold him hostage, to try to draw his dad out, and not say anything, and then send him way out of town where no one can even go and visit the kid. That's wrong too. So what you have here is emotion, and emotion is never supposed to be in law enforcement if it can possibly be ruled out. But the emotion is coming into play, and this is what's making the whole system get clunky because of that, because of the emotion. Now, Mr. Trump and his people who think like him that he has in his government are totally accurate, in my view, from all the information I've seen, that the U.S. borders have let people in that our own rules say should not be let into our country. Right. They were not vetted properly. They are people who should not be walking in the streets with a full rights and the rest of that sort of stuff. They are loading down the social services system because, like any other human being, people who shouldn't be here will require services just like people who should be here, who have gone through all the legal hoops to be here rightfully. And so it's true. And when thousands and thousands of these people are walking the streets, it's a big job to try to reverse that trend. If you believe that that's what has to be done, and you are now in power to try to make that happen, that's what Mr. Trump and his people are doing. I'm not going to make any excuses for Mr. Trump and his style. I've always said many times that I disagree with the way that he does things many times. I'm not saying that what he's trying to get done to reverse a wrong is not the right thing to do, but style is so important to the American public, and as long as we have the right to vote and have the right to make our opinions known, style is going to count in decision making. Okay.
What I want to say to that is, if you're the ICE agent and you go to work in the morning and you get a sheet of paper, this is who we need to pick up today. Okay. they're not going to question, is this right or wrong? We got to go pick up.
Theirs to question.
That's right. That's
They're
why
a paramilitary organization.
That's why if we got to go pick up this 13-year-old kid in Milford, we're picking up the 13-year-old kid in Milford. Because that's what our job is to do today.
Right. So the ICE agents they want unmasked are the rank and file, and the people making the orders higher up are the ones that people have the disagreement with, but they don't seem to have access to by the public.
Right.
But the problem, the bottom line, you touched on it a little bit. The floodgates are open, and it's such a wild
not
way.
anymore. They're not floodgates.
No, they're not now. But now they're
They
trying
were.
to. But they're, whether you use 10 million or 20 million, it doesn't matter. There's millions that are in this system of bad actors that are in the system that it's out of control.
I'd like
and
to hope
they-
it's
and-
only thousands.
Well,
I'd like to hope.
Well, whatever. I mean,
I know.
There's a ton.
One is too many. I
It's,
hear
and it's a ton of it, and their records prove it. And the records prove it, and so they have a job. Again, I've been close to the officials, whether it's police or state troopers or anything. They have a. How about these places where they're telling the the police, well, you can't help the ICE people.
Providence.
Providence just said that.
Huh?
Providence just said that.
I know, and that doesn't make any sense in the world. Because if you talk to Chief Oates, who I happen to know very well, I can tell you he's a stand-up guy, police official, and that must kill that. If that happened here, it would kill them to say, "I'm not going to. My force is not going to help in a situation." Now,
Woonsocket has not taken that stand.
no, I know that. I didn't say they did. I just said that.
And I did ask Chief Oates, does he know of any ICE activity in Woonsocket? He said no.
No.
And I also said, do they have to contact you to say they're coming in to do something? And he said, no, they don't have to.
No.
If they want help,
but they
then,
do.
then they could come and ask. And he said, oh, we'd help them out.
Bottom line, they have a job to do.
Yeah.
And if there's a mistake here or there, they correct
It's gonna
it.
happen.
You talk about that boy, they corrected it. But it's like
Yeah, but it
it's
didn't
like
correct
my
later.
father.
No.
My father used to say this to me: if a kid throws a rock through a window, and there's 5 of you, you're involved.
Yeah.
Okay, you didn't throw the rock,
very
but you're
least you're a
involved.
witness.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's the
Your
problem.
civic responsibility is to rat on the one who did it.
Well, that's your civic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not going to happen.
Well, it could.
Well,
but,
yeah, it could,
but maybe not.
Yeah.
But that's your involvement.
Yeah,
Your
right.
involvement is you now have a responsibility as a civilian to do that.
Right.
If you don't do that, then you're subject to some
Yep.
policy.
No, I agree.
All right. Other things going on.
Not an easy thing, Joe.
No, it's not. I agree. But here's an easy thing. A Worcester man is facing charges in Vermont, accused of excessive speeding. Police say Nelson Odom was traveling at 107 miles per hour
Oh, what a piker.
on Interstate 89, which is the big interstate in Vermont,
Yep.
in a town called Williamstown, Vermont, on Saturday night. He was caught. He was released with a criminal citation to appear in Orange County Superior Court in that town on December 3rd. 107 on
It's a
Route
mighty
89.
interesting name for a county in Vermont.
Orange County? Yeah, I don't know
Orange
why.
County,
It should be Greene County
Great.
Yeah, you'd
up
think
there
so.
in Vermont. Okay.
Florida, I get it. Orange
Yeah.
County, yeah.
Well, I'll just point to this, Joe. I happened to be on it twice yesterday.
On 89?
95. No, 95.
yeah.
And I'm not a slow driver, and they were going by me like I was
yeah.
standing still. So, and I'm not going to admit what I was.
But no
what
one's
I
go-
was traveling at, and they were going by me. So I'm going to tell you that
They weren't going 107, were they?
Well, they're going close to it.
Oh,
I mean,
all right.
100 anyway.
It's a small leap to get up there when you're doing
Yeah.
85 and 90. It's a small leap to get there. Now, the 140 we talked about by somebody driving
Oh, that
last
was-
week,
yeah.
That's just downright
That's
death
really
wish.
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
It really is. 'cause
How do you
your
keep the
at
car
those
on the ground?
speeds, depending
Yeah.
on how your car is designed, it hits a bump or a rut
You're-
or something
you're
like that.
airborne.
It can go airborne, and you have no tires on the
control.
road. You have
Right.
no control, and you are now a missile. Hey, by the way,
Yes, Leslie Page has joined us
Leslie's
here at the coffee and table from the Woonsocket
Hi,
Public Library.
Leslie.
Hi, Leslie.
Hi, good morning.
We're going to get to Leslie in just a second. One more note before we got to take a quick another break. We've all seen these big, huge wind turbines
Yeah,
different
I know.
areas.
And
One
I
in-
always said, what happens if one of those little propellers flies off?
This happened in
while
Plymouth.
it's
We just
spinning
had that.
around?
We
Yeah.
just had that happen.
A huge blade fell from a 300-foot wind turbine in Plymouth, Mass. A resident contacted Plymouth Fire on Friday. The blade fell and landed in a cranberry bog, so no one got hurt. The blade's between 75 and 100 feet.
Yeah.
That's how big these things are. So no little.
How about the one on the Cape that splintered?
Yeah.
And they were
it's lo-
picking up these splinters for God knows how long.
It's located hundreds of feet away from the turbine base. And firefighters determined there was no additional hazards, and the turbine's maintenance company responded to determine what caused the failure.
You got to understand, though, Bill. There's actually hundreds of millionaires that can't wait to invest in wind power and take their losses. They don't do it to make money. They do it to take the losses.
And get a good tax break?
Yeah, that's the way I hear it.
All right.
That's the way they're telling me that. They said, well, why would anybody invest in that? Well, you got to have some losses.
Well, all right. We can take a break on the Coffee and program. More coming up. Please stick around.
Your station for news and sports. ON 1240.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Get 5 quarts of Valvoline full synthetic motor oil, a Wix filter, and a $15 gift card after rebate at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Introducing the IHOP Value Menu, where all your breakfast faves are just $6 each every day. Where else can you get a big, filling, sit-down breakfast for only $6? Go to your happy place with the $6 IHOP Value Menu. Available every day at IHOP. $7 and some more.
You hear it on ON Radio.
Coffee and on ON AM and FM. Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm Joe Callahan with Dave Richards, former Mayor of Cumberland. Bill Murray's here, and Leslie Page is here. Joins us every Monday to tell us what's going on at the Woonsocket Harris Public Library. Okay, what's going on, Leslie?
Well, the library will be closed Tuesday, tomorrow, November 11th, for Veterans Day.
Oh, that's why.
Day off.
It's a federal holiday.
Our regular hours are Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. We offer self-service photocopying and faxing, and our reference department provides notary services free of charge. This week, the Children's Department is offering Sensory Exploration Fun today at 10 a.m., music for preschoolers with Mr. Guitar Man on Wednesday, November 12th at 11:30 a.m., and Read to Storm the Alaskan Malamute on Saturday, November 15th at 2 p.m. For more information about all children's programs, please call 767-4122. This week, the Teen Department is offering Storytelling Through Theater on Thursday, November 13th at 3 p.m. For more information on all teen programs, please call 767-4132. This evening at 6 p.m., local author Reese Landry will present a talk about her book, Hope, Love, and the Lack Thereof. The next Tech Tuesday will be held on Tuesday, November 18th at 2 p.m. Learn how to access ebooks and audiobooks on your mobile devices and or learn email tips and tricks. Call 767-4124 to register. And the next tabletop role-playing game for adults will be held on Saturday, November 15th from 1 to 3 p.m. Please call 767-4132 for more information. All of the latest information about programs, services we offer, and how to reach us can be found at our website, woonsocketlibrary.org, or on our Facebook page. If you have any questions or would like more information about anything I've mentioned today, please call us at 769-9044. And we look forward to seeing you at the library.
All right, Leslie, thank you very much.
Nicely done.
All right, there is a nationwide baby formula recall. Infants are getting botulism, including one child here in Rhode Island.
Yeah.
That this took place. They presented symptoms on October 24th. The child was hospitalized. The child has since been discharged and is recovering. The botulism diagnosis was confirmed on November 7th. So the child had consumed this kind of formula, By Heart Whole Nutrition Infant Formula. a milk-based powder formula with iron for children 0 to 12 months. They purchased this product online. Does not say who they purchased it from. Families should not use the following lots of By Heart Whole Nutrition Formula 206 VABP with due dates of used by December 1st of 2026. And children younger than 1 should not be given honey, even if it's cooked. Infant botulism can be caused by the spores that are in the honey.
Really?
According to the Rhode Island Department of Health, that sent out this press release on the 8th.
Channel 12 mentioned that one of their reporters went around to Target and a couple of other stores.
See if they have this?
They still had them on the shelf.
On the shelves?
Yeah.
Wow.
This
By Heart Whole
they
Nutrition.
They reported this over the weekend, yeah.
Wow. So it's a nationwide.
That makes no sense.
No, maybe. Well, if we know about it, Target should know about it as well.
I would think so.
Pull this stuff off the shelves.
Yep.
It's hitting every state. A lot, 10 states nationwide. So it's a
Yep.
It's a voluntary recall. So does that mean Target has the option to not take it off the shelf?
I would say voluntary. Yeah, I would.
Jeez.
I would interpret it that way.
Yeah. Parents
I don't know what voluntary recall means.
Or mandatory recall.
Mandatory means you have to do it, right?
Well, yeah. If you're thinking of it only as the supplier, the government talking to a store, voluntary, mandatory, that's easy to grasp. But if they're mentioning it to the public, which is what that story did, it mentioned it out to the public, voluntary and mandatory, I mean, if it was subject to a recall, I ain't going to give it to my kid.
Maybe voluntary means that the company, By Heart Whole Nutrition, we're voluntarily recalling this before the FDA tells us
I've seen
that we have to do it.
That could be.
Yeah, that could be,
kind of thing. So parents are urged to record the code, check the company website, and throw the formula out immediately if you purchase the affected product. So there. So just
that's scary.
Something to be on the lookout for. And then the Rhode Island Department of Health lists a whole bunch of symptoms.
Symptoms, yeah. Well, if your kid does this or does that or something like that, you know.
Basically looking very lethargic, just very tired is part of it. And their crying has become, it's not, when kids are hungry, they really belt it out.
Yeah.
And so if it's like, something's wrong. So just another thing to be aware of. All right. What else is let's see. It was Fried Chicken Day on Sunday.
Yeah, good timing.
For
Chick-fil-A's closed.
Chick-fil-A's closed on Sunday. Well,
all day National Fried Chicken Day.
Yeah.
So Burger King and McDonald's and Kentucky Fried and stuff, they all get together and say, Chick-fil-A sitting there, so we can't do it.
But we were closed. Maybe just bad timing this year that it fell on a Sunday.
They're closed every Sunday.
Next year they'll be open on. It'll be Monday for National Fried Chicken Day.
It's one of my favorite places, and the place is always busy.
What,
always
Chick-fil-A?
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
I love to go there.
Do you go to the one in North
Over at
Elbow?
Elbow, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's always
That's
busy.
going to be the closest one, isn't it?
There's one
For
in
here,
Providence
yeah.
right on Branch Avenue.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I knew about the one down near Warwick.
Yeah, I think it's Branch Avenue. If I'm
it's hard to find the one in Warwick if you don't have one of those little computer things.
It's not on Route 2?
Yeah, it's not really on a route. It's like inside a big supermarket development and very confusing. They got to have a bunch of signs up for you to even see it from the road. You got to go way inside.
The other sad news, by the way, Wendy's, as I just heard coming in, is closing over 100 stores. They're really
underperforming stores, as they like to say.
That's not a good one.
And
the family's not in charge anymore.
Right. The CEO came out and said this, but no word on which stores.
No.
Yet. So.
Well, why would they do that? They would simply say there's underperforming stores and then give everybody 6 months to get your act together, and then the underperforming ones from there. That's motivation. We'll close your store if we don't see better numbers in 6 months. Yeah, no, that's fairly common.
Okay. Well, I mean, eventually they'll come out with it and say, okay, in Michigan it's going to be these 3 stores, and in Texas it's going to be these 5.
But the report that was on the radio this morning was that of the closing, but how expensive these fast food chains have become. They're not
How
cheap.
expensive the food is?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're not cheap.
Well, they have to for the stockholders. But if you look, a lot of them are running ads saying that we'll give you stuff for a reasonable price on special sales.
Yeah.
You got to come in and do the special package or special sale or whatever we put on sale or
Try to
something like
figure
that.
try to figure those out. I know I'm not bright enough to do it.
I'm not saying it's
You take
altruistic.
from A, you go to C.
I'm saying if you're lucky enough and you hit it on the right day,
Yeah.
you'll get a burger for a price that you'd want to pay. You see it in the ads all the time.
Yeah.
But it's $3.99 for a burger on such and such a day.
There's another problem.
Please
Most
jump
of the
through this
people that are serving you don't know what the special programs are.
Well, that's all programmed into the into the cash register, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I've always had issues, not with this Wendy's, the one in North Smithfield. They've been okay, but the one near where I live, never get it right.
Oh, really?
And I think I order it easily.
I prefer Wendy's, but I can't get the fabulous Denise to
No.
feel the same way about it. I don't know why.
I have the same problem with my wife. I go by myself because I love I
Right.
love their chilies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The chili
I'm not
is
a big chili fan.
that's-
And the burgers are
I'll
better
just-
to me.
right.
I like them. Then
Yeah, they cook.
But I confuse them.
But Attleboro is a dirty store. By
Is
the
it?
way. Oh,
I'll go in and say, all right, give me the double cheese, but I want it plain, and that just
well, that throws
them off.
No, you just
What do
Plain
you
no
mean?
cheese?
No,
You want a double cheese with no cheese?
no,
I'm
they
not
put
that. No,
they put ketchup
no.
and they put
No mayonnaise, no lettuce, no
mustard,
tomato,
right?
bread, meat, cheese. It is
Yes.
easier to make than how you're making it.
No,
and it just
you've thrown them off.
That messes things up on the
I
conveyor
know it-
line.
I know it does.
Because one poor person has to put their hands in their pockets. They can't put on the ketchup and the.
and then they
all the
hand
rest
it
of
to you,
that,
and
yeah.
they're like,
I don't.
"We think this is right." I always open it up and said, "No, it's
No.
wrong."
I don't want to pick on them. Also, if you give say you have your bill is $5.45 and you give 45 cents change.
Right.
That normally
You wanna
blows
cut back.
everything up. I stopped doing that. Because
Oh,
I
yeah.
always have change.
Kids can't deal with it.
You,
yeah.
oh,
gotta
I'm
call the
saying to
manager.
myself,
Call the
oh,
manager.
Yeah, wait a minute.
They
Yeah,
haven't
hold
been
on.
taught.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
All right, just give it.
They think you're trying to pull a scam.
You're right. You're right.
All right.
No, it's $5.45.
But to say something nice about Wendy's right now, the chocolate frosties are terrific.
Oh, okay.
Oh, gosh.
Those are just yummy, yummy, yummy
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
You better get them quick because that store's closing. You.
And my daughter showed me this. This is what the young kids do. They dip their French fries in the frosting
yeah.
and use it like a spoon.
There's an ad. There's an ad on that.
That shows the people doing
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Well,
Frosty
I just-
delivery
When
method.
you mentioned it, I
yes,
just saw one.
that's
Yeah.
what you. That's what you're supposed to do.
I don't know.
No spoon, no straw.
What a combination.
Use your
Ketchup
French
companies
fry.
are outraged by the whole thing.
Who is?
Ketchup companies.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
no ketchup on the fry because that'll
No.
ruin the frosty.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. But that's why they're outraged because now people aren't using ketchup on the fries.
Dipping it in the frosty. All right, a new study says a record number of people globally are now estimated to have reduced kidney function. In 1990, 378 million people had the disease, and that number went up to 788 million in 2023. More than doubled. The same year, for the first time, it became a top 10 cause of death globally. The study is done by a team of international researchers led by researchers at NYU. The findings show that nearly 14% of adults in the world have chronic kidney disease, and over 1 million died from the condition in 2023. And what the story doesn't tell you is why this is going up. Is it just diet?
we
Is it
know that.
exercise? What is it?
Oh,
Some
no.
of it is the medications people take, I think. And-
well,
affecting the kidneys?
and
both.
the NSAIDs, the ibuprofen,
Okay.
yeah.
those things are filtered through your kidneys. I think. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist.
Plus,
I could
yeah.
be
Well,
wrong.
Don't say anymore.
Please let me know.
The chemical additives in foods have to be processed by the kidneys like that.
Yeah.
Also, the real uptick in drinking and smoking. All got to be processed. You got to get that out of your blood system.
But I thought smoking
And
is
you're
going
taxing your kidneys.
I thought drinking kind of goes through and kind of clears your. No.
Is that so?
I always said
You're
that.
listening
when
to your
all the beer I
ancestors,
drank.
me boy.
Not anymore. But
down. All right, so if you're not a lottery player, you may want to reconsider because once the jackpot
Jump on the bandwagon.
Once the jackpot gets close to $1 billion with a B, maybe it's time to fork over.
Is Mega still up there?
Mega Millions, yeah.
I'm
they're
going broke.
They're right at they're at $900 million right now, so we're very close to $1 billion. It may go over the $1 billion mark now when they have their next drawing, which is tomorrow on Veterans Day.
Why does my wife laugh at me every time she goes to check the ticket and goes, "You didn't get another"?
You didn't even get
not one number.
Not even one.
I said, but somebody has to win it.
Do you choose your number?
But the trouble now with Mega is $5.
I know it's $5.
The others are $2.
Yeah.
I mean, you could kind of get around that.
Well, they're trying to bump up the jackpot, and it's working.
Well, Denise does the $3 Powerball. And I'm so proud
of the multiplier?
Of her.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm so proud of her.
Oh, with the multiplier.
The last week, she actually won $8.
All right.
Oh.
You get a new ticket and a $5 bill.
All right.
All right.
All right. That'll do it for the show for today.
That's my girl.
Thank you very much for tuning in. Bill Murray, thanks for coming on in today.
It's always a pleasure.
Appreciate
Anytime.
it. And if we don't see you, happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you.
All right. Leslie, thanks for being here as well.
Oh, you're welcome. It's nice to be here.
Enjoy your day off tomorrow.
I will.
Okay. And Dave, thanks for coming in, by the way.
Oh, it's a pleasure always to be here with good friends, folks. And thanks so much for all your good wishes. And tomorrow I won't be on because I have to go out and set up the broadcast.
Yes.
But I know that everybody will be remembering our veterans.
Absolutely. All right, this is Joe Callahan.
In fact, I'm heading down the veterans right now.
Oh, okay, great. And stay tuned. Oh, Tiki Bar's coming up at 5 this afternoon here on ON Radio.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. The longest government shutdown in U.S. history may be on the verge of coming to an end in a